Tommy Shadow leading the way there, leading the way. I don't have much time to talk to you guys. This is a live because it's a live video. And if I look tired, it's because I am tired. This is very, very early in the morning. The sun is coming down pretty hot now, I can feel it. This morning I didn't get the best workout in. Did not get the best stretching, and I've only had about 4 hours sleep. Because of, issues and things going on, there's reasons for it. It's not like I'm some idiot, okay? Whenever I do get a lack of sleep, there's usually a reason for it, But there is a reason, of course, there are reasons. And the same for exercise. I always do my daily hardcore workout, as you know. I've got to go into that mall in a moment. Shadow's leading the way as usual. My Shadow's leading the way. Tommy Shadow, Z-Shads. Ninja warrior, protector warrior, right? And yeah, he's always there. When I see my Shadow, I know I'm in the light. Yeah, let's get back to what I'm saying though, right? So something crazy just happened, right? Something crazy a moment ago. But before I tell you what happened, first you just get back to the exercise again. So as you know, I'm not slacking. As I say. I'm not like that one. It's always daily for me. Always daily. My martial art training, kung fu training is this whole life. It's every day now. It's already 30 years, as I say, sanctioning. I'm 42 now, and kung fu training is every day. You must train. Whatever you train, I think it was karate, wushu training, any kind of martial arts. It's for your health, your mind and body, right? So you can't be living in this society following people like robots, and you don't practice the way of the Tao, as I say, yin and yang, as Lao Tzu talks about, and understand what Kung Fu and Kung Fu is about. It's about respecting your health. That's the most important thing. That's all I care about, truth. So that's what I've learned in my life. As a 42 years old now, it's not some playing thing, it's real life, If you keep harming yourself in life and being lazy with your health, and you're just talking about money, you're talking about death. That's what you're talking about. No matter how much money you have, you've got no brain in you. You must respect. You came as a baby into this world from your parents. It's not about the clothes you wear, Mr. Fancy or whatever, Mrs. Fancy. It's not about competing with other people's words or behaviour. It comes in the form of daily respect. So health is number one. You don't want to be sick. So when I say martial arts, it doesn't mean to say that everybody is going to do martial arts, because I'm not asking you to be doing jumping kicks and punches and spinning swords and sticks around necessarily. You understand me? But I'm saying it's the way of exercise and health. You know what I mean? It's the way of it's value of the self, valuing the self. It's what it's all about, valuing the self. In the protection of yourself in any way possible, maintaining health. Now, I'm not going to turn the camera around, but there's a father over there, and he was doing some pull-ups in the park there with his kids. And with respect to anyone, when I see them keeping healthy and fit. Martial arts means self-protection, right? Protecting yourself against illnesses, mentally and physically. That's what it's got to be, right? And martial arts means that. So it's the same as someone going to attack you with their fists. Same thing, right? So you don't want to bring yourself into ill health. We're going to go up here and walk back around, I think. Right? So health comes first. Before we even talk about illness, we've got to talk about health. So if we don't overcome the problems and see what to avoid, and how do we know how to keep healthy? Fair enough, you could say that, but no, I mean, the foundation of health is what it is. If you keep following the foundation of negativity and dwelling on negativity, you probably bring yourself more problems too. Even walking up staircases, I do a lot of this all day. It brings a bit more strength into my legs, you know what I mean? Now, what I want to say, look at this. What I want to say, okay, here is health, okay? So focusing on health, focusing on your health, you know what I mean? This is what you want to be doing, focusing on your health, strength, just of the natural build of what you are, your body. So you need to make sure you get enough rest. So when I go home later on, I'm going to try and get an early sleep tonight. By lunchtime today, when I go home, I'm going to catch up and do the rest of those exercises that I missed out, at least the basic routine that I follow. I've done a bit already, but didn't get the whole thing in this morning, you know. So it's not a good thing. I'll go this way. So what I'm going to say is that's that known, right? Now let's talk about something, okay? I'm going to mention something, say something to you here clearly, okay? And you're probably watching. If you're not watching this live, then you're watching it as a recording. Fair enough. I want to just say to you guys something quickly and carefully here. Today, I saw one of the usual robots of society, brain dead. It's not for me to judge people. You want to respect and understand, you know, human life. We can all be doing the right thing, you know, learning what to work from as a foundation. But like, I saw someone, okay. I saw someone in a bad state of mind. There's too many people going around confused. There's too many people, corrupted mind, I call it, confused. There's too many people going around with this mind, this bad attitude mindset where they want to just compete with others constantly competing, competitive and battling with other people's mindsets. They want to teach you something, show you something. There's someone in a mind state like that. Someone in a mind, you can choose to walk in the light or the dark, man. Man or woman. Someone in a mind state like that is someone that doesn't have peace in them. Let's be real. Someone who does not have peace in them is someone who's going to constantly keep on, putting that across. You know, just trying to constantly battle. I could even sit over there on one of them chairs. You know, is it worth doing that? I could just sit there. I forget. Let's keep walking anyway. But fascinating around this bit. But yeah, back to what I'm saying, because we just get what I'm saying. So I saw someone with that attitude again, and they always try to say, they always got some kind of sarcasticness about them, even if they're not being like really mean. Somehow they've got this sarcasticness where they think they're slightly above you just by looking at you. They can judge you. They know what kind of person you are, and they're going to tell you. And even if they don't know you, they're still going to show you that they're someone who's a smart or something. They're smart ass, you know. They're someone who's above in somewhere. There's someone who's, you better not fuck with me because I've got this sharp intelligence. That's what they're like, you know. And they want to try and show you that they've got something above you, and they could have one above you, because you know what? Ain't no motherfucker going to take them down. You know, so they're going to start telling you this, telling you that, you know. You know, some of these companies get left behind. They're trying to pussy feed you, look. Now, I can all jokes and stuff, but listen, right, so let me just tell you what it is, right. So what I'm trying to say is, okay, here, is this. I saw somebody this morning who was corrupted in the mind, sick as fuck. It just shows. It shows on every little bit of essence, you know, and they say there's no smoke without fire, right? And it shows. It shows like on the surface, just the little essences, little things, you see the surface, you can see the attitude, the poison underneath, the sick, messed up, corrupted mind underneath. You can just see it from their actions. Otherwise people wouldn't carry on like that, would they? I can't judge people based on what I see them, how they're talking, how they're behaving. But I can see, you know, I can see someone behaving negatively. That's coming from a certain place. Someone who's got, and trying to talk to you a certain way, you know. As I said, someone who's talking at you, someone who's talking over you. Yeah. What's that? Someone who's talking down to you. That's what it is. Someone who's not listening. That's what it is. Someone who's not listening, they're talking at you, talking over you. As someone who's talking down to you, put you down, like you're below them. So you waste your time hanging around people like that, you know what I mean? You make yourself waste your damn time following people like that. Now, let me just walk around this corner and finish what I'm saying. So now let's just finish what I'm saying up on this bit for a second, right? So yeah, here's the thing I want to say, right? So I saw this, I don't want to talk about it, but I saw this sick person this morning, right? Sick motherfucker, right? You know, this person I saw in the train station, in the subway station, right, where I go every day, more or less, most days of the week. You know, 5 days or whatever a week, yeah. So yeah. And I saw this person, right, absolutely sick in the head, mentally messed up, right? This person, do you know what they said? I saw this person, right, and do you know what she said? This young lady, there's a couple of them being sarcastic looking. You always get a few people in the men and women sarcastic. This one lady, this one woman, young lady, she's got to be in her 20s, bro. She probably definitely wasn't 30. I don't reckon she was 30. You must be crazy. Which is why, again, naive, simple. You get some intelligent mind's growing to be intelligent at the time. But let's just get to the point, right? So this person, I said to this person, I said, I had to go in, I had to put my bag through the machine, right? And I said to the person, I said, I put it in, got my drink out, have a drink, you know. They always got this little sarcastic, weird sort of smile on their face, clever bollocks, you know, smile, looking at you like they're taking the piss, all right? I'll just take it like friendly. Either way, I'm not going to be negative. I'm just, a smile's a smile, you know what I mean? I'm not here to judge. So I always be nice and, you know, be polite and smile back and say, give them a nod. Yeah, thank them as I walk in, whatever, for the whatever, standing, it's a service, you know. And they might carry on like they like their job, they might carry on like they're hard working. A lot of people in society, because they're afraid of being looked at a certain way or judged for being negative or bad or whatever. It's, you know what I mean? But it's like most of them are still human underneath it. They're still human, they've got families, they've got a body, you know what I mean? They're human, right? So I treat them like human, as a human. Like myself, I treat myself human, totally, right? Because I am a fucking human, you know? Anyway, yeah, so what it basically is I saw this person, right? And I said, I've had a drink of my drink because I have to do that to show it's not poisonous. Or give it to him to scan it. I walked in, right? And I let the other woman go there in front of me first. But it was my bag that went first. And I said to this woman, right? I said to her, oh, how are you? How are you? I said, I hope you're well. Hope you're okay, I hope you're well, you know. Right? Now you might think I'm overthinking it or overreacting here to what the person said. No response at all. Just looking at me like gormless, like half a smile, like, dickhead, what the fuck? Looking at me like I'm an idiot, right? And I repeated myself. And I can't remember if I repeated the first part again, how are you? I think I did repeat that again, how are you? I said it in Chinese, fair enough, and it was, you know, right. I've been living here half my life. I speak Chinese at home all the time. My wife's Chinese, so it's not a language thing, right? But I said, how are you, right? She just didn't hear me in my quiet little humble voice. So we just weren't focusing. So how are you? How are you? I said, I hope you're doing well. Hope everything's well. Hope you're well, basically. You know? Okay. I said, I hope you know. And I said it again. I said, how are you? Yeah. I think I said that part again, I'm pretty sure. And I looked her in the face the second time. And I said to her, I hope you're well. I said, I hope you're well. A bit of a smile, I smiled a little bit, I hope you're well. And do you know what she said? Do you know what this woman said to me? She said, along the lines of, she said it in Chinese obviously. She basically said, well, 不休息在家挺好吗？在家休息挺好吗？ basically what she was saying was, you know, well, didn't I rest? Isn't resting at home really good? In other words, basically, haven't you rested nice and well at home? In terms of anyone, in terms of herself or me or anybody, isn't resting at home great? I don't know if she did have a 3-day holiday or not. We've just had a 3-day holiday, right? So it's that judgment in her mind, judging. Look at this this bloody foreign guy, expecting me to be complaining. I'm this miserable person complaining, rather than just going along with it. Everybody has to work like a slave. But she was thinking like, I'm just going on, talking some shit, basically. Like, oh, I just don't want to go to work, lazy bastard. That's what she's probably thinking. Oh, well, in other words, what they're saying is, you've just had a 3-day holiday. Why isn't it? Why wouldn't you be okay? Everybody's all right, you know. I'm fine. We've had a nice rest at home, haven't we? In terms of, you know, I'm all right. I've got to work. Everybody's got to work. Don't you know that, you fucking moron foreigner? That's what it's like looking. It's like, and it's really, really an insult, because this goes all against total nature, as I say. And this is what Laos was talking about in the Tao Te Ching very clearly, about nature and following the truth. So you don't understand real nature and truth. Because it's your health comes first. And I said to her, I replied to her twice, because she didn't listen the first time, as usual, so I repeated again, second time. I said, in reply, second time, I said, a bit louder each time, I said, not everybody. There's some people can get enough rest. In other words, she don't know what's been going on in my life, and if I've been able to rest or not. And so you're assuming everybody's got the same holiday or whatever. Yeah, okay. It's assuming you've got the same sort of situation in that. You know what I mean? This person, to say that to me, in other words, she's probably had a holiday as well. And so have I, right? So have I, basically. So, okay, so, you know, what is there to complain about? You've had a good rest at home. A rest at home is good, pretty good, yeah. And that nice rest at home, haven't we? That's what she said. Isn't it good? Isn't it having a nice rest at home good? It's all good now, having a good rest at home. We've had a good rest. It's back to work now. Let's get on with it, shall we? Stop complaining, in other words. I'm talking shit, in other words. I'm talking out of my arse, in other words. And all I said to her was just, I wish you well. Nothing to do with holidays, nothing to do with all this mechanical shit. I just said, how are you? I hope you're doing well. Not thinking, I'm talking about life and the health and more deeper things. It's just naive, simple mindset. I don't know her age. She looked 20 something. She might be 30. I don't think so. But it's this mindset where people are so simple, where they just do not understand nature. They just do not understand, true logic. They're so simple. This is a mall early in the morning there, a bit of a liminal sort of thing, yeah. So, but you know what I'm saying? It's just crazy, really. Now you've got to be really careful in these. You must be careful. If this started to move, I'd be fucked. If this started moving, I don't think you'd get fucked up. You get chucked down a bit. You know what I'm saying now? You understand what I'm saying? It was just everybody's just so robotic and mechanical. That's what they're thinking in their mind. Just work. Life is just work. That's what they think. That's what Laos is trying to wake you up, see? And the thing you're trying to wake up. Nature's the way. Not just working like a mechanical machine for money. Yeah, you've got to work in that. But they're all just following society and following what people think. No one knows how hard I work. But it's like, these people just go into it and they're all right, you know what I mean? A fucking robot. Brain dead robots, some of these people, some of them. And they just go along with it like it's all right. But it's like, whatever, but why go against me? It was the fact that she said, oh, isn't resting at home for great, You've had a good rest, haven't you? In other words, I was just saying that I wish her well and her health. That's what I was saying. In general, I said, I hope you're well. I hope all is well. How are you? I hope all is well. And she come out and chucked that back in my face. Like, what kind of ignorance do you call that? You know what I mean? Let me cut through here, okay? But do you see that ignorance there? It's just, it makes you wonder, man. Catch you guys later.